Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host. I got a dark jacket, dark shirt. I didn't think about that. It's not a dark day, folks. I apologize for wearing just very strong dark colors. How about that? 8:01 this morning, 74 degrees in LJ, Georgia. Good morning. It is Wednesday, trying to keep track of each and every day. I got a lot in store this morning. Going to have a little fun, but we're gonna do something serious this morning. Now we're staying what I call local in Hall County because I want to say this. All right, they went before the judge yesterday. Let's go. First of all, let's tell everybody how you can get involved in the conversation. Follow us, call us at any time, text me. You want to be on the show? Give your opinion. 706-889-9700, and there it is. Also the email address and all the social media ways you can follow us. All right, so I want to jump right in, Josh, this morning. I haven't had time to read every single thing, okay? But let me pull up two things, my pictures. First of all, give me number 10. Ross Perot, we're going to talk about it. Let me tell you some of the things we're going to talk about. There's Ross Perot, okay? Now, let me tell you what that is. That is a campaign sign. He died yesterday. He's Texas dead, and that's his quote. He said when he died, he was Texas born, Texas bred, Texas this, and when he died, he'd be Texas dead. So take your country back for president. Now, it's all crinkled up. That's a cardboard sign. It is on the office, the wall of this office here in my studio. I have that, and if you'll look up the middle, you see the staple holes where that was on a wooden stick in somebody's yard. That was the real deal. My mother gave me that. My mother liked Ross Perot, and we'll talk about that later. So he is gone, and he died yesterday. Yes, you would think. Now, let me ask you a question. This morning, if you're watching any of the deep state media, you would be led to believe that this guy here is who's on trial, number 25, and we'll come back to that in a minute. He is the one. It's almost like Trump said he liked Epstein one day, just briefly. And this guy is the U.S. attorney in Miami that cut the good deal with Epstein. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's roll into number one here. All right. Now, these are the four Latinos. I'm not going to get into Mexican, Hispanic. I don't care. I'm so tired of that, okay? This is Gainesville, Georgia. Let's stay clear. Gainesville, Georgia, okay? You and I know, because if you're a viewer, you probably know, I'm going to say major gang problem in Gainesville, Georgia. That's my opinion. Major gang problem. We have problems right here in LJ, Georgia. I don't want to scare you and say you're not safe, but you're not isolated. You are no longer isolated. You used to go, now here's what big cities have done. Atlanta, Tampa, all of them. They have pushed certain people in areas. They froze them out, and then they took these little pockets and they planted trees and they put nice sidewalks. I mean, streetscape. It's called streetscape. They put nice sidewalks and trees and lights and everything, and you enjoy those areas. But just over here are these pockets they pushed off in every city in America that belongs to, these people. I'm not looking to be politically correct this morning. It's what's happening. I'm just going to say, here I am in LJ, Georgia, okay? So I don't know which way my hands are going, left, right. But I'm going to say to the east of me, east of me, this is me just going this way, is Gainesville. To the west is Dalton, Georgia. I can go to Dalton and Gainesville in the same amount of time from LJ, Georgia. Major problems in both cities with gangs. Now, Here's the question I'm asking this morning, and this is all I'm doing. Now, these 4 individuals, let me get to, and I'm not going to dilly-dally around with an attempt to, I'm not going to mess around with an attempt to try to pronounce everybody's name. Come on there, okay. But in the center is the dead deputy. We can't bounce around. We can't. This guy is wife, children, this young man, okay. This young man here, Hall County, Gainesville, Georgia, Deputy Nicholas Dixon is killed. Now, we have to use allegedly, right? Now, there was return fire, and the guy in the top, to me, to you, I don't know what it would be, left-hand corner or right-hand corner, is supposedly the guy that pulled the trigger, and the other 3 were together. A car burglary. They were driving a stolen car. One guy was just let out of jail, driving under the influence, no driver's license. It looks like the 4 of these guys, I want to be careful here, but the 4 of these guys have a nice set of priors on their record, okay? I asked a nice set, they have a nice set of priors on their record. So let me make an attempt, okay? And this is what I'm going to do, and we're going to get off this. But every officer, it's like 24, 28 this year that have been murdered in the line of duty. Something about this one right here. Look at the picture. That this needs to be it. This needs to be done. This needs to be where the campaign promises are kept. We're going to talk about that. This needs to be where it is. Now, they're all 17 years old. Let me take a shot here. 17-year-old Brylan Omar Cruz, London Clements, Eric Edgardo Vasquez, I think, and Hector Garcia Salas. There we go. That's my attempt. We'll leave it there. 17 years old, so they cannot receive the death penalty. They are tried as adults, but they're under 18, so they won't get the death penalty for, I know you want mandatory, so we'll see in time. These are not the questions right now. You want mandatory death penalty for anyone that shoots and kills law enforcement. I get it. I'm with you. I mean, if you are old enough to be charged, in the state of Georgia, you can be charged as an adult at 15 years old. There's a current case now that we're working on here at FetcherNews.com that involved 3 15-year-olds, I think. They're being tried as adults, okay? So you can be tried as an adult, 15, 16, 17 years old, okay? But death penalty is 18, all right? So I will also advocate the death penalty for anyone, no matter the age. Tried as an adult. Anyone tried as an adult for murdering law enforcement. Now, we want you to look at the guy. This needs to be done over. Now, there's 2 questions I want an answer to, and I don't know. And it's interesting. It happens to be at a particular time where we're struggling to see if we're going to be able to ask if you're a citizen on the census question. Right? Why are we having such... Now, I've searched the internet. If you have it, you send it to me. Josh, just put that up over that for a minute, okay? The information, our information, then put the picture back. Right there's all the information. I'm begging you. If you have information that you can send me telling me these four, their status, go back right here. Please send it to me. What's their legal status? And is this gang related? Can anybody tell me? That's all I'm looking for. It's almost like I am doing something wrong, or is it too much for me to ask? Why that picture? Why'd you go there? Get back to the gang picture. What the heck happened? What are you doing? Holy smokes, Batman. Trying to throw me off my game. There you go. All right. I see what you're saying. So let me ask you a question here. What is it so wrong that I'm asking their legal status? Is it gang related? We just want to know. Now, the census question was taken off the census by none other than, Barack Hussein Obama. They do not want to count. We went through it. You could go back through my segments on YouTube. We have in Georgia 16 electoral votes. Why do we have 16 electoral votes? Because every state in the United States gets 2 for the senators, and then we get 1 per representative. We have 14 seats in Georgia. We have 2 senators, so Georgia has 16 electoral votes. If you look at the map of 10 years ago and the current map, or before that, you see a shift in electoral votes. Georgia actually gained. It did have 15, has 16. Remember the 14th district, new district? In the census, they want to count all these people because they don't want you to see a shift. Okay? They don't want you to see a shift out of California. I think California's got 55. They don't want to go down to 53 and have those 2 shift out to another state that maybe is a red state. But that being said, so they're fighting. It's like you cannot make common sense on why we can't ask somebody in the census, are you a citizen of the United States of America? We can't figure that out. But we have an Obama judge this morning that has, Trump wanted to shift, Attorney General William Barr, and we'll put it here really quickly, wanted to shift the legal team to present their case. A Obama judge said, no, you can't shift the illegal team to a new legal team. We're not going to do that. That's an Obama judge. So here all I'm asking this morning, okay? And all I'm saying is we want to know the legal status, all right? I do. That's all I'm asking. Get us the legal status ASAP. Is this gang related ASAP? That's all I want to know. And look, I love my governor, but go to number 29, okay? That is that is part of a campaign ad. Remember when Governor Brian Kemp, then candidate Brian Kemp, said deport criminal illegals, okay? Remember gang violence, what he ran on? Remember he said, I've got a big truck, so if I've got to round them up and haul them off myself, I will. Remember that? Now let me say this over and over. I love my governor, okay? Brian Kemp, if you're watching, Governor Kemp, if you're watching, anybody in your staff, friends of yours, if it gets to you, don't let them get it confused that I said anything negative about you. I'm just going to look at you and say, if we find out that any of the 4 of these young men are not legally in this country, okay? It's not a joke. Gang-related in any way. Will you get in that truck, roll over to Gainesville, get your flannel shirt on, and throw them in the back, haul their ass down to the border and throw them across it? I understand there's people out there, why are you no kidding? Well, he can't legally do any of that. Why would you say? I'm just saying it's a campaign promise you made. So go back to number 1, and that's number 29, okay? Governor Kemp, I know you're sensitive. You're a real guy. That's why you got elected, man. You're just a real guy. So Governor Brian Kemp, look at that deputy there in the center. Look at him. Now go back to 29. Governor, it's time to take our cities back like Gainesville and Dalton and all over this state. It is time to have serious task force, not just money allocated. I get so tired of hearing money's been allocated for this criminal division and that. No, it's time to set some people loose, Governor. Some groups to go through these cities and clean up this mess and keep our men and women and law enforcement safe. The men and women in law enforcement that keep people like me safe and my family on a daily basis. Not coming after you, Governor. Love you. But don't forget, this one is like, for me, This one is where it's got to stop. Are they legal? Why can't I ask that question? What's their status? Is it gang related? I just want to know. They went before the judge yesterday. Why can't we just get those 2 questions? Who's asking those questions? I don't have time to go ask those questions. I run a small news network. I'm trying. But there's some big, big media companies out there. Go find this out for us and let us know. Or if you know, let me know. I will take a brief break so I can get to something else and keep that segment clean. I'm your host, BKP. When we come back, I want to do a little Ross Perot talking. And then I want to get into Epstein, however you want to go. All right?